Hello, everyone, and welcome to this webinar on YTech, the latest CCTV and WLAN network solutions overview. Today, joining us is Tommy Xiu. He is a resource technical engineer at YTech, and he will be leading these insightful sessions. So, Tommy, the floor is yours. You may now begin the webinar.
Okay. I'm very glad to introduce the WLAN product, and let's get started today's product introduction. Okay, the first part is the product overall introduction, and let me introduce this all the product one by one. The first is a cloud outdoor PoE easy smart PoE switch. If you have some the project will face some the outdoor harsh environment, I recommend you can use this cloud outdoor easy smart PoE switch. And in the commercial switch part, we all support the cloud. And we have layer 3, layer 2 plus, it is smart, and 4 gigabit and 200 meters PoE switches. And if you have some the outdoor CCTV surveillance project, we also can use the cloud wireless transmitter co-located with the cloud outdoor easy smart PoE switch and building whole the outdoor CCTV surveillance project. And let's move to the wireless mesh router and AP. This the wireless mesh router and AP is very suitable for the lower 600 square meters the small business scenarios. And if you have like such kind of the scenarios, I recommend use a 3 to 5 the AP and router to build a very small sense Wi-Fi coverage project. And let's move to the cloud APs and the security gateway and compare with the wireless mesh router and AP. The cloud AP and the gateway is very suitable for the large scales, the commercial Wi-Fi business Wi-Fi coverage project. You can use the security gateway and collocate with the Wi-Fi 4, Wi-Fi 5, and Wi-Fi 6 wireless AP. Build a large scales business Wi-Fi coverage project. And let's move to the industrial switch. Our industrial switch have a very rich product line, have the layer 3, layer 2 plus, also have the Easy Smart, and we also have the super brander switch, even have like some the flat type, the industrial level PoE switch. Okay, like the if some of the place is in urban, is very far away from the city, I recommend you use the cloud 4G LTE routers. Or the 4G LTE routers, the maximum support 10 kilometers from your home to the 4G carrier towers. And if you some of the project face know the powers, I recommend you use YTech cloud solar powered PoE switches. Our cloud solar powered PoE switch collocate with some IoT controller can realize your monitoring your battery charge and discharge status and monitor your solar panels status. And we know that in many the homes access the internet is used the FTTX and the GPON technology. Our YTech also provides such kind of the product. We call it the cloud POL. POL is, I believe that the POL solution will be next generation compared with optic fibers and the PoE technology. And all the 90% device already support our cloud service. Our cloud service include two part. One part is for the cloud platform is by the web page. Another part is for the cloud app like Google Player, support Android mobile and iPhone. IoT box. In the IoT box, in some place, like some the no powers the project, we normally will use the solar powered PoE switch and IoT box together. We can put the batteries in our IoT box and build hold the CCTV out like some the solar powered CCTV project. And we also have many rich accessory for our users, like the optic fibers, media converters, injectors, and extenders. That all is our overall WLAN product introduction. And let's move to our next part, next page. And we know that because our WLAN have the own cloud platform, which means use our cloud platform can monitor 90% our product line, except some of the super industrial PoE switch, and most of the devices already support our cloud platform. Okay, let's move to our WLAN cloud introductions. And in here, our cloud platforms have the project management function, device management function, and a very unique and toolkit. This toolkit, you can calculate each powers the PoE budget, and you can do some Wi-Fi optimization, and also can calculate the IPC bandwidth. And in our cloud platform, can realize the real-time alarm notification, even send some alarms to your mailbox, and real-time topology shows each optic fibers and Ethernet cables is broken down, or some devices have some bugs also can be shown in our cloud platform. This cloud platform provide an easy maintain and cost-effective the total solution to our final users. Okay, this is our cloud platform, some screenshot. Our cloud platform and cloud service is totally free. And we can see we can build unlimited project support group and real-time topology display. Even some of the gray color is which means this line have the bugs need to be recovered, and if this some device is blue, is which means this device is very normal, is no any no need to do the troubleshooting. But is orange, is means this device should be maybe change some of the devices. And we have a very flexible the network permissions. Example, you is SI. SI the project manager. When the project is already acceptance, right? We can use a handover function direct to our final users. And if you already is hotel owners, your network have some troubleshooting should need our WLAN technical engineer help you to solve some troubles, and you can use the share function to our engineer to help you to solve some troubles. And we have the remotely access web interface function, is we call it the eWeb function. The eWeb function is a very easy way to remote access your switches or devices, make a very complex configuration and maintain. Okay, let's move. As before, we already mentioned about WLAN also have the cloud app. The cloud app is almost the same function, which is like the cloud platform, have product management and device management. We also have a very unique functions like the AI bomb. Example, if you final users have some scenarios like the hotels, like some office, we can choose according to these different scenarios, give the recommended product list. And we also in our cloud and integrate our WLAN certification network system. In here we have 3 levels: NA, NP, and NE. This is the screenshot for our cloud app. In the cloud app, we also can see is assembled with the cloud platform. You can show the topology. Each device is the status, each port status. Even we can in video reboot each PoE port, and we can make a very simple configuration like a VLAN function and remote reboot and a telnet. Here also have some very unique function like wireless optimization and roaming optimization and Wi-Fi configurations. And SDLAN function, we also can make this configuration in our cloud platform, cloud app and cloud app. Okay, let's move to above already introduced the cloud service. Let's move to our commercial PoE per switch line. And this is the overall commercial PoE switch. Like before the start introduction, and we have the layer 3, layer 2 plus, Cloud Easy Smart, and outdoor Cloud Easy Smart, and economical series, and management 250 meters PoE switch. And this is the overall view. Next part, I will introduce this one by one in detail. Okay, let us start first layer 3 management PoE switch. We know that for the layer 3 PoE management switch, must support the layer 3 routing product like the OSPF and static routing. And if the project have the more than 200 terminal device like the IP cameras, we can recommend use the layer 3 level management PoE switch in the core layers. Okay, this is our layer 3 management PoE switch parameters. We have the PoE part and full optic fiber part and non-PoE part. This is non-PoE part. We know that in the switches have two very key indicators. One is the switching capacity, another is the packet forwarding rate. If one switch have a more highest switching capacity, this means he have the very powers of the packet forwarding rate. Our the layer 3 management PoE switch, this model is maximum support 240 gigabits. Okay, let's move to the layer 2 plus management switches. In our layer 2 plus switches, compared with the layer 2 management switches, we already increased the static the routing functions and the ERPS functions. And if you some the project the terminal device is between the 50 to 200, I recommend that you use the layer 2 plus managed switches. Okay, let's quickly review all the cloud layer 2 management switches. Like before introduced layer 3 management switches, we have PoE part and full optic fiber part and non-PoE part. And let's move to the 100 megabit Cloud Easy Smart PoE switch. And obviously, in this PoE switch, the series PoE switch is better used in the access layer. Is better in the access layer. We connect some of the terminal devices, and lower than 50 and put this all the connection to the aggregation layers, access the internet, or make some the CCTV surveillance, store all the video stream to the NVR. Okay, let's quickly review the cloud, the easy smart switches, the parameters, and for the cloud easy smart switches, we always provide all the PoE part, not the non-PoE part, and I want to emphasize why we have the Cloud Easy Smart switches. Cloud Easy Smart, we can, according his name, compare with the layer 2 switches. We know that in the layer 2 switch, you have a high cost and very complex the configuration for the VLAN and QoS part, right? And for our the Cloud Easy Smart PoE switches, we have a very simple operation in the VLAN and QoS configuration and provide a very cost-effective product to our final users. Some of the users he don't have very professional IT technology. He only want very simple the operations can build the whole network. I recommend use the Cloud Easy Smart PoE switch. So that's why he normally will be used in the access layers. Okay, and this part also is our Cloud Easy Smart PoE switch is 250 meters. We know that we have another the product line like economic 250 meters product line, and have some the deep switch. We also put this function to our the Cloud Easy Smart PoE switch, and in this PoE switch not only support and extend the UTP cable transmit to the 250 meters, also support the PDR-Live, the PoE watchdog function, and automatic loop prevention and port VLAN and port isolations. Okay, let's quickly review all the parameters in here, and we have as very three basically function like the extended to 250 meters, the VLAN port isolation, and the PDR-Live like the PoE watchdog function, all can realize by the deep switch. We don't have to log into this switch and make a configurations, right? For our final user, we just use a deep switch, can realize his functions. Okay, and let's move to our the 250 meters unmanagement PoE switch. Our the unmanagement PoE switch, 250 meter PoE switch, have all the doubling uplink port, and also have extended model, smart deep model, and watchdog function. Okay, let us quickly review of that. Also have the deep switch function like before introduced the Cloud Easy Smart series. Okay, we know that for the economical PoE switch, you have a very unique function. It can extend the transmission distance up to the 250 meters, broke the distance limitation. This is the parameters. Let us quickly review, and we can see in here from here to here is all the megabit. So in this 4 model, I recommend you connect some of the lower than 5 megabits pixels the cameras, and from here to here is all the gigabit PoE support. So I recommend connect to the 5 megabit pixels IP camera, a higher than 5 megabits megabit pixels IP camera. Okay, let's move to the outdoor waterproof PoE switch product line, and this is a wholly new product line. You compare, because we already got upgraded all the outdoor PoE or waterproof PoE switch is not supported the cloud management, also don't support the high PoE function, and no most of the function is not supported, like automatic loop prevention is not support. And this time we all is upgrade, is support the cloud management, support high PoE, some of the PTZ cameras. Okay. And operating temperatures support -30 degrees to 70 degrees Celsius. And the surge protection is supported 6 kilovoltage. And before we already know that, and collocated with the CPE, you can build the whole outdoor CCTV surveillance project. This means you don't have to buy additional the mental box. It's for the all-in-one designers. You don't have to buy some lightning protector, and then you don't have to buy the AC to DC adapter. You don't have to buy the additional the mental box. Okay, let's quickly review the parameters. And the last one is for the layer 2 function, and this 2 is for the easy smart function. And if some of the users need a very complex the configuration or need a very higher the switching capacity, and also need the layer 2 function, I recommend use these models. Okay, let's move to the cloud, the solar PoE switch product line. And before we already introduced that, our cloud solar powered PoE switch is very suitable for some is no powers, right? No AC powers like the national parks, dams, and the deserts and the highway, right? And because our solar powered PoE switch built-in MPPT controller, which means our devices, our switches can direct connect the solar panels and the batteries. And in the daytime, we use the solar energy. In the nighttime, we use the backup the battery, provided the power supply for the whole system, and collocate with our CPE long-range wireless long-range transmitter. You can transmit all the video stream back to your control centers. Okay, this is all the solar powered PoE switches parameters, and in this the both support the cloud management function and use the IoT controller. You can realize and monitor your battery charge and discharge status. Also monitor your solar panel status in our Vertex cloud. And if some of the users have a different requirement, you don't want to use some of the cloud for some of the security reason, I recommend use the layer 2 wearable management function. We just remotely access switches, also can monitor the batteries and the solar status. Okay, let's move to our IoT box. And our IoT box has IP65 ingress protection and heat dissipation because it's already building the fans. And this sensing alarming system, if collocated with some very unique switches, and when the door is open, he will trigger alarm to our cloud platform or send a mail to our users. And all the box, the material, the main materials is stainless steels, and also have the waterproof the connect. All the RJ45 connected is waterproof. And this is a global case in many countries in Australia and USA. the pictures is show our the customer project. Okay, and we can see we have our 4 models, right? And if your project face some of the project is no power collocated with the solar powered PLE switch, you must put some of the batteries in the IoT box, right? So if you want to put the battery in the IoT box, I recommend you use the IoT box 02 and 03. And if you have face some the industrial level, industrial project, and we just put our industrial PoE switch to the mini IoT box mini and IoT box 01, it's okay. It's enough. It's totally enough. Okay, let's move toward the industrial PoE switch product line. Industrial PoE product line, also like the commercial PoE switch, we also provide the layer 3, layer 2, and unmanaged and easy smart. We also provide a support cloud industrial PoE switch and have the hardened and flat type. And later I will introduce this one by one in the detail. Let us quickly review is the benefit and customer demand. Okay, like some the Super Rig, this is the Super Rig industrial PoE switch, supports the BT standards, the PoE devices. We all know for the industrial have a very harsh environment, a very high requirement for the working temperature. It support minus 40 degrees to the 75 degrees. Meanwhile, have 6 kilo surge immunity and 15 kilo voltage ESD protection. This is the layer 3, layer 2, and unmanagement and easy smart. And in the industrial PoE switch, often we can use like some transportation project. We know that in some transportation project, we must build a rail network, provide a link backup, right? So this is a very typical applications. In the road, one link is broken down, he can automatically switch to another link, and the recovery is very soon. Before this one is not support cloud. If you want all the alarm notification, can upload to our cloud. So I recommend use the cloud industrial PoE switch. In this cloud industrial layer 2 management PoE switch, he is supported layer 2 plus function, and because he has supported ERPS function. In the ERPS function, we maximum support 30 pieces of the switch in a one RAN. The minimum timing, switching timing recover is only 20 milliseconds. Okay. Let me introduce some of the very unique product is a flat type switch. We know that in some of the IoT box, you have very limited spaces because our this flat type switch support magnetic mounting. We don't have to use some screws fix this device in a board, right? We just only use magnetic put on the board. It's okay. And meanwhile, he have the temperature and humidity sensors. If you can setting in the environment temperature is higher than the 40 or 50 and trigger the building fan, the fan is running. And let's move to our hardened PoE switch. Hardened PoE switch is between the commercial level and the industrial level. And we know that in the commercial level, his working temperature is from 0 to the 40 degrees Celsius. But for the industrial level, is minus 40 degrees to the 75 degrees. Our hardened PoE switch is between these two levels. It belongs to the entry level, the industrial switch. So the working temperature is minus 30 degrees to the 65 degrees. It provided a BT standard PoE out, can support many like the PDZ camera, digital signature, and like the 4G LTE routers. Okay, and this part is the wireless long-range transmitters. And before we already introduced that, our wireless long-range transmitters can collocate with the outdoor waterproof PoE switch, build the whole outdoor CCTV surveillance project, right? And these devices is the biggest advantage is all devices can reuse, especially like some of the construction side of the project. In the construction side, we have many buildings, right? And when one building is worked on, we can move all the devices to another buildings. All devices can reuse. We don't have to buy a new devices. And also this device support point to multi-point and point to point network architecture. In here is obviously is point to multi-point. Okay. We know that in some of the CPE have very complex configurations. The final users must log into this device to make the configurations. But in the CPE, we already make a very simple channel numbers, LED channel display. We just change these numbers are same numbers and put the working mode is by the base station and the CPE. It can automatically pair. You don't have to configuration, use your laptop, log into these devices. Yes. And this type is also support PoE out. It means we can directly connect some IP camera in this device. You don't have to buy additional PoE switches. Okay, and here is a very typical for the elevator project. We know that in the elevator, if you make some the cabling distribution and deploy the cabling, will make a very higher the cost. We just use a one pair, the CBE can transmit the video stream to your back center. It gives you a very cost. It gives a cost-effective solution for our final users. And here is the wireless transmitter parameters. We have from 1 kilometers to the 5 kilometers, and the wireless speed from 300 megabits to the 800 megabits. Okay, let's move to next part is the wireless access point product line. And the wireless access point is very suitable for the commercial business Wi-Fi coverage project. We have a ceiling mounted, indoor ceiling mounted, outdoor, and wall mounted, wall plate. Our cloud wireless access point must collocate with our cloud security gateway and can build the whole Wi-Fi coverage project. This is our wireless access point parameters of the ceiling mount and the Wi-Fi 4. This is Wi-Fi 4, Wi-Fi 5, and Wi-Fi 6. Outdoor props and the AP310 Lite and the AP3106 is support mesh function. let us quickly review. We also have the Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 4, and Wi-Fi 5 for the outdoor wireless access point. And let's move to our wireless mesh router and AP. This product line is very suitable lower 600 square millimeters, the small sense, the small business scenarios like a coffee shop and villa and a small office. We used 3 to 5 wireless mesh AP and mesh routers to build Wi-Fi coverage. And this is primed. This is a router. This is for outdoor type. It's an indoor desktop type. And this two type is supported the PoE outdoor function and can directly connect the IP cameras. This is for Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 5, Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 5. Okay, let's move to our cloud security gateway. Our cloud security gateway, this one is a very typical network architectures. Our network cloud gateway and connect in the core layer together with the layer 3 or aggregation layer. In the use the layer 3, core layer use the cloud gateway. In the access layer, we use the cloud ED Smart Series PoE switch connect to the IP camera and the wireless access point. Our cloud, this scenario is very suitable like some of the hotel project. We know that in our hotel project have the guest room, lobby, and a meeting room, and indoor. We can, according to the different functions and the room, the function, choose a different cloud AP. Like in meeting room or lobby, we can use a ceiling mount, right? In outdoor, we use the outdoor type. And if in some of the VIP room, we can choose the wall plant modes. In our cloud gateway have the 5 modes. We can according to the guest room the numbers. If your guest room number is more than 200, we recommend use the AC 500. And it's between the 50 to the 200. We recommend use AC 150. And if lower than 50 guest room, we recommend these 3 type. And the last one is can be AC 50. Is can you this only a bypass function as the AP controller. Like this, the 4 type is supported like a router or gateway, but in this can only use a AP controller. It's okay. Okay, let's move to the next part. Our security gateway support multiple one and provide a big link backup and load balance. Once we have many the ISP, right? If we have the 4 ISP, provide different bandwidth to our users or hotels to access the internet. Anyone the ISP the link is down, another the ISP the link is backup is still can realize the access the no any the latency, no any the failing, right? And also support the multiple VPN. Our multiple VPN support the PBTP, L2TP, IPsecure, and OpenVPN encrypt method. And captive portal. And I believe that you must face some in some of the hotels when you check in, or the reception the staff will give some of the codes, right? And when you move to your home, you just input the codes, and then your mobile phone and your laptop all can access the internet. this function is can realized by captive portals. This one is a very typical network architecture in our USA project. And AC the 50 before we already introduced his can management maximum is 50 500 APs. So this is a very large scale project. In this very large scale business Wi-Fi project, we recommend use the AC500, and he only use as the AP controller. All our AP is configuration is get this configuration is from our AC500. Okay, let's move to next page. Is for our multiple gateway parameters, because this part we already introduced. Let us quickly review this part. And for our AC105B and AC1058P, we support PoE. Right? We will use some like economic hotels. Because he supports the PoE function, we can directly connect the AP and IP camera to the devices. No need to add some of the more switches, PoE switch. Okay, let's go on. Let's move to the 4G LTE router product line. 4G LTE router product line is receive 4G LTE cell tower the signal convert to the Wi-Fi signal. The maximum support is 10 kilometers. Support the download and upload speed is support Cat4 and Cat6. The Wi-Fi part is 300 megabit is for Wi-Fi 4. Okay. Let me introduce some like SD-LAN function in our 4G LTE routers. The SD-LAN function is provide a encrypted tunnels to transmit all the data and the video stream. Its main advantage is can not replace the VPN function. We know that for the VPN function, you must have the public IP, right? We know that for the public IPv4 is very limited for the IPv4. But in this function, we don't have to use the public IP. So this function is very useful for our users and save the cost. If you have the public IP before you will pay more the money for buy some of the public IP for the IPv4. Okay, this is parameters, and this is for indoor type. This is for outdoor type, know the Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi module, and the download and upload is the category is Cat6. The 3 is Cat4. Okay, POL. Let's move to our POL solutions. POL is GPON and FTD technologies. This will be the next generation all-optic network. He compared the optical and the PoE technology together, because we can see in this building, in each floor we put out one MDU. You can directly connect the IP camera and the wireless access point. In the core layer, in access layer, we only put the MDU. In the core layer, we put OLT. But in the aggregation layer, just the POS is okay. This is the optical fiber splitters. So in here, no need any devices. Later, I will introduce this part in the details. Okay, we compare with the traditional network to the POL. In a traditional network, right, we must have the network cabinet. air conditioner, and the aggregation layer switch, right? And also should have the power source, because the power source can provide the power supply to air conditioner and the switches, right? But in the pure air solutions, no cabinet, no air conditioner, no switches, and no power source. Only optical fibers. In the copper, must have thousands of the coppers, but in the aggregations, only one or two the fibers is enough, right? So through this comparison, we will know that which one is the best. Okay, and we also have another comparison from the traditional network for the POL, right? And for the network equipment architecture have three layers. Core layer, aggregation layers, and access layers. Right? But for the POL, only two layers, because in here is only passive optical splitters. And for the aggregation layer, the cabling system have the thousands of the coppers, right? But for the POL, only have the optical fibers. For the aggregation layer, operation and maintenance, we must face the network devices, air conditioner, and a power source, right? And thousands of coppers. But in the aggregation layer for the POL, only optic splitters is okay, and a few the optic fibers. Also have the fail point, have devices, powers, and the cabling, right? But in the POL, in aggregation, only the cables. We only check the optic fibers is right and it's okay. No need to check these devices. No need to check the power supply, right? And all thousands of coppers. Okay, and let's move to our POL topology. In the core layer, we put the OLT, receive the ISP, the optical signals. You have the maximum one port is supported 10 gigabit SFP port. We have a four SFP port. In the aggregation layers, we use the passive optical splitters. In access layers, we just use MDU, okay. And the direct connect IP cameras and wireless access point. Okay, and this is MDU. Normally he have another name is ONU, and his uplink port, uplink speed is 1.25 gigabit, and the download speed is 2.5 gigabit. It's GPON port, not like the traditional Ethernet port, right? Ethernet optical SMP port. Also support the wide cloud management, OMA, web, remotely web function can remotely access these devices. There are 4+, for the OLT part, we support 4 10 gigabit SFP port and 8 GPON port. And also from the OLT to the MDU, the maximum transmission distance up to the 20 kilometers. And also support layer 3 and the layer 2 features. And we know that if you want all support layer 2 and layer 3, you must buy a layer 3 and switches. But layer 2 is not support the layer 3, but one the device OLT all support the layer 3 and the layer 2 functions. Okay, let's move to the last part for our accessory, the PoE injectors. Right. If you want to have some the PoE device, want to transfer back to some data to our non-PoE switches, we can use the injectors. And this injector gives you a solutions and transmit your PoE device data to the non-PoE switches. This is the parameters, and we can let us quickly review that. And some have the 24 passive PoE out. Some of the modes is supported the normal standard PoE out. PoE splitter. PoE splitter, if you some the IP camera is a very old type, not support the PoE function. It also can give you a more the choice, use the PoE split the powers and the data. And in this type is for the industrial level. In the industrial level, we also can support is the different voltage to DC out to connect to some another DC devices. Which is our the parameters for the PoE injector and the splitters. Let us quickly review some of the modes is supported. 90 watt BT standard PoE out, some is 60 watt BT standard. Okay, for the PoE standard solution, if some of your solutions, if some of the project you will face a long distance, traditional the Ethernet transmission distance, the maximum will support 650 meters from the IP camera to the injectors. Example like this, the PoE extenders, they support 90 watt BT PoE in and to the PoE out. In this port, you don't have to buy additional the mental box, just use one the support PoE BT stand BT standard PoE switches connect to this device can power up the two different like the PTZ camera and wireless access point. And all the devices is plug and play, no need configurations. And support IP68 waterproof. Let us quickly review the PoE extender, injector, and splitters, the parameters. All support the IP68 waterproof level. The PoE extenders. Okay, the last part is our accessory for the PoE media converters. Before we already introduced that, if some of the PoE devices are a little bit far, maybe in 100 meters, we use the PoE extenders. But if you face some of the PoE, the IP camera PoE device is maximum distance up to the 25 kilometers. I recommend that you use this media converter, can help you. Yes. And this scenario is a little bit different. Is the optical fiber to the PoE converter, and here is only a pure data transmission, not the PoE. We recommend use a pair of this media converter, just transmitted only pure the data for the non-PoE switches. Okay, let us quickly review this. To only support the maximum transmission distance is 25 kilometers, and this one is depending on the SFP, maybe 3 kilometers or 10 kilometers or 20 kilometers. It's all support. All these single modes. Okay, and that's all is for the WLAN product introduction. And if you have any more questions, you can please feel to ask me. Hello.
So, dear attendees, we have reached the end of this webinar. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to share them in the question panel. So it seems that everything is okay, Tommy. There's no question. So thank you again for attending this webinar,
Okay, okay, okay.
and
Thank
we
you.
wish you all a wonderful day.
Okay,
Farewell.
thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.